Alex, you hear this shit about Dr. Disrespect?
What happened?
Dude wasn't even a real doctor.
You don't need to be a doctor to be a streamer, do you?
It's in his name.
Is it? Okay. Now wait, I had heard though that he had an honorary doctorate from Cornell, because he gave a commencement speech at one point.
That's, you know what, that wouldn't surprise me, considering that he was a presenter at the 49ers draft.
Wait, for real? I'm just making shit up.
No.
Oh, outstanding.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's really, I mean, I can't say I'm surprised at any of that. His name isn't Dr. Respect.
True. Right. Yeah.
Right?
Any of that? You mean all of the things that happened?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I guess. But, you know, it's one thing to like act as if you're a wrestling heel as a streamer, but to have to do that every day, at least 8 hours a day when you're streaming, like it's going to seep into your actual mental process, right? And then you become the kayfabe.
Yeah, it's going to give you goblin brain.
And so, and when you're already an idiot, it doesn't help. So that's pretty much what happened to him.
All right, our hearts go out to, I guess now, Mr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
Great.
No, they don't. Our hearts don't go out to him.
Right. Sorry, I meant farts.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. A hearty series of farts in his general direction.
This is not even my kind of humor, but I think it's warranted in this case.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Great.
And now our 21 fart salute for Independence Day. And the rocket's red glare.
Stop it.
The bombs bursting in air. See, that's when you fart.
Stop.
Okay.
Wait. Hang on.
What?
Can add this in.
Add. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, hang on a sec here. Is this the one? There it is. All right, that's shit. No, it's full screen. All right, that's my tribute.
All right, you can send me that if you really want it in there.
Well, it's only as a callback to me pooping on your toilet. I don't know if anyone's going to get that.
No.
Well, then,
but you love calling it back. So
I do. Why don't we just leave this in as it is?
Fair enough. This fart of a cold open. It's No More Whoppers. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks very much for listening. My name is Ray Barnhold, captain of the Brothership, and with me, as always, the Walking Erdrick trilogy, Alex Fraioli.
Let's exploit item glitches to have a safer pass through Rhone.
Okay, too nerdy. You're gonna have to start over.
All right. I'm a Dex build?
No, that's even worse. What are you doing?
Oh, fuck.
You big nerd.
Shit. Big money moves. I'm
Just
making
make
them.
a basic reference to Dragon Quest. Say something about slimes, anything.
Ready to goo. It's Alex Fraioli.
Thank you. There you go.
All right.
Hi, everybody. We're
welcome
back to normal, sort of. Of course, last month I was in Japan and we did a live in-person podcast, and now we're back to being remote again, across the world again. Him and I, Alex and I, and
Meowth. That's right.
You know what? I still got a lot of things to talk about Japan. I think because there's some things I left on the floor, basically. And
did you just call me Japan?
No. What?
All right. Okay. Sounded like you said we've got a lot of things to talk about, Japan.
No. I just slurred a bit, I guess.
All right. Okay.
You must have missed that little article in my speech.
I did. Yeah, we're on Skype. The Skype connection's not always pristine.
Yeah. But anyway, how's it going, Mr. Japan?
Muy bien. It's outstanding. Things are happening. I think I am experiencing my midlife crisis early because I just dropped way too much money on a chair. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
Is that too early? I don't know when you're supposed to, like, I don't expect to make it past 82. So maybe this is my midlife crisis.
Well, anybody can buy a chair. And this is
That's
like
true.
a desk chair. This isn't exactly like your Barca lounger.
No, yes. This is an office chair in preparation for my transition to doing more goofs from home come November.
Right. Home-based goofs. Coming soon from Alex.
Yeah, check them out.
Well, you can tell us all about it later in the show.
I will. How are you doing?
I'm all right. You know, I'm a little bit like constantly tired.
That's because now we're like I said, midlife crisis that comes with it. We're old and haggard and everything is,
I guess that, or it's part of the sickness I got in Japan. I don't know.
Oh,
should I go into that?
I think you should.
Well, let's just do a quick little Japan trip recap, shall we? Let's just roll down. There's some things I meant to talk about when I was with you earlier, and we were talking about my trip.
I'm me.
Although one thing happened after we recorded, and that was when me and my family went back to where we were staying. The following morning, the fire alarm went off.
Oh, that's right. And there was no fire?
Not really. There was a smoky smell. And, let's just back up a bit. So, of course, we get a weird, high-pitched buzzing noise from outside in the hallway at like 7 a.m. I'm already up, so it's not like I'm jolted out of bed or anything, but it's mysterious because I never really heard a Japanese fire alarm before.
Sure.
And it's not like the sort of fire alarms here, which would still have a big clangy bell or something like that, or even some sort of really distinct like buzzing, like you might hear on an emergency broadcast test or something like that. No, nothing of that
like a klaxon.
Yeah, the Japanese fire alarm has a distinct sound that I'm not familiar with. And so we were a bit confused for a while. And for a few more minutes, it just kept going. And I was like, okay, well, this seems to be outside of our door. So let's just take a look. I open the door and I do smell a little bit of smoke. And I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
So
now, did you not tell me that you were rooming next to Cinder from Killer Instinct?
No, I don't even think they let him in the country, really.
Okay, all right. It's an immigration issue.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I guess you can't have an open flame on an airplane,
and on your entire person. So yeah,
that's true.
That doesn't work for him.
All right.
So okay, I'm not the panicking type. I mean, if it's this bad and we didn't really smell anything from inside the apartment, only from outside, then maybe this isn't a humongous problem, but it's still something we need to deal with. And so you just have to like remember your training, not necessarily stop, drop, and roll, but you just have to realize, be calm. And so we do our best. We
try to remember the basics of GTFO.
We efficiently get dressed and of course grab the child and go downstairs and outside and just kind of wait for a little bit. Nothing's really happening yet. You would think maybe a fire truck would roll by at this point. It's been, let's say, 10 minutes by now. No, nothing's really happening. Based on the situation, I do what might seem like the dumb thing to do, but I do it anyway because we didn't get everything out of the apartment. So I make sure to go back up into the apartment and get some things. And that includes like the baby stroller specifically and just a couple of food items just quickly back in and back out. Maybe not the smartest thing to do, not something, a firefighter would tell you to do, but nevertheless, there was no raging fire. It was just a very slight smoke smell from, I guess, upstairs in one of the other rooms. And still, it's a bit confusing because, I don't really know who else is in this building, who lives here. But eventually, another man comes down, probably in his 30s, I suppose, and he's just kind of, he's Japanese. I mean, this is a place, this is just, one of the floors is for us, the tourists coming in to stay. And I guess the rest of the building is actual apartments for residents. And this guy is just standing around, and I have to, I guess, grin and bear it and try some Japanese. And so I'm just like, yeah, oh boy, this is pretty bad, isn't it? I say to him,
oh geez,
Japanese, some sort of Taihen Desne kind of spiel. And
it's pretty good.
But, anything he says, I'm probably not going to be able to fully understand. So I have to do plan B, which is good old Google Translate app, and just get some basic question and answers out of him. Like, hey, did you call for help? No, he didn't at that exact moment. No, but he was just about to. So he did, in fact, go ahead and I guess call the emergency line. And
wow. Yeah, I never considered that because I guess I just always assume that it's like hitting the alarm at a bank when they're being held up. Like, oh, the police are immediately notified when you hit the alarm.
You might think
guess
so.
The fire department is not notified when the fire alarm goes. I guess because it happens so often. There'd be too many false positives.
I suppose so, yes. That makes some sense. But eventually he did call, and credit to Japan, of course, within minutes, less than 5 minutes, I would say, the fire truck rolls up and a couple of firefighters go walk in there and check out the scene. And a couple minutes later, the police follow up, I guess, to...
arrest that fire.
Yeah, arrest the fire, get a report, read its rights, all that thing.
You have the right to remain hot.
But the firefighters are up there for a few minutes. They do their inspection, and then they just turn the alarm off, and they tell the guy everything's okay. They say something to me, and I say I don't really understand much Japanese, and the firefighter instead goes, okay, and raises his hands in the Maru.
Great.
In the Maru shape to tell us that, yes, everything's okay now. And so
building is okay.
Fine, thank you. And sure enough, once we go back in, the smoke smell is gone. And so
okay, good.
We can continue the rest of our morning. And
very good.
Then
that's one of the perks of city living is if you need emergency services, they're always pretty close.
Yeah. Now here's a funny thing.
Hi.
This is, of course, right on the edge of Osu. When we walk through Osu every day, I noticed a very tiny fire station with just one little firefighting van, like a little red van.
Yeah.
This fire truck came from the other direction. So I thought, well, we live so close to this little fire station, I thought they would drive on up. But no, that didn't happen.
Oh.
It was some other guys from down the way, which I thought was
be
ironically funny.
Might be something else. I don't know.
Yeah. So, again, we were not super panicked or anything. I got a little bit worried when stuff was not exactly moving how I thought it would. And I had to eventually ask the guy, hey, could you call somebody, please? Thank you. But it did sort of teach me that maybe I shouldn't have got the data-only cell phone SIM for Japan. Because if that guy had not been in that building or showed up or went downstairs, I really would not have known what to do because I couldn't actually call anybody.
Oh, dear.
So,
but I thought all SIMs had to be able to dial out to emergency numbers.
Okay, yeah, I suppose that is also true. It's just that, I didn't get a chance to try it, but nevertheless, even if it's like one of those tense situations, but not quite an emergency, it would still be nice to be able to call a local service. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it would be peace of mind, I think is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
You're probably right. That is, of course, a thing here as well. Yeah, you can definitely make an emergency call without any real cell phone service that you're paying for. That is a true thing. But in the moment, it was all a bit tense, and I was just, again, calm, but a little bit rattled by the whole thing. So I'm just like, maybe I should. You never know what's going to happen. Maybe it's a fire. Maybe it's something in the family, So, that was just one of those things. But yeah, an exciting day, but the rest of it went well, of course. After that, no more incidents around town.
Great.
But it was, just one of those fun new experiences I got to have as a Japanese tourist. A tourist in Japan, excuse me. I'm not of Japanese ethnicity, but I just wanted to make sure.
Are you not?
No, Des.
Okay. All right. I think we all remember there was a fire in our building a couple years ago before we moved from the yakiniku place on the first floor. It might.
Oh, that'll do it.
There was definitely. Yeah. And I think I might have told this story when it happened, but I was playing FF14 and I was doing Savage practice, which means I need to turn the frame rate up to 120 so that my eyes don't bleed after I play for an hour.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. I started smelling burning, and I was like, oh wow, this thing's really pushing my machine. This is not good.
Oh,
wow,
no.
and I set the frame rate back down to 60 because I thought it was burning the plastic on my computer tower, and it turns out no, it was in fact the building that was burning.
No, yeah, that's not quite. I mean, if your computer is actually going to catch on fire, you will know because you will not be playing a game anymore. It will have completely exploded.
I would. Yeah, but like it wasn't like a burning. It was like, you know, that smell when like plastic gets very, very warm. That's what it was. And I was like, oh, is this a prelude? Is this a prelude to disaster?
Yeah, sure. I see what you mean.
It was hot plastic. Yeah.
So that was fun. The fire alarm. I got something else about Japan I want to say. This is specifically about Osu.
Oh.
Okay.
Su. Okay.
So we were curious about like a local enough kind of grocery store, right? And I had asked you before, what's like a good grocery store within walking distance of where we are? The first place you suggested sucked, so we found another place in the middle of Osu. What did I say? You said the Sun Ace little market.
Oh, yeah. I've never been to that Sun Ace. I just know that Sun Ace is a supermarket chain. And I told you what I thought you wanted to hear, which was the name of a supermarket chain.
No, you did. You did.
I don't have supermarket recommendations for that area because I don't live there.
Oh, I know. Okay, fine.
All right.
I'm kidding anyway. It's not actually your fault.
Well, I still think it is.
That particular place was a little too small and didn't have that great of a selection of things.
Okay.
Because as much as we wanted like groceries, we were also looking for like fresh like deli food, right? Like the bentos and
right. Okay.
So there's a place in the middle of Osu, kind of like, you know, in the covered shopping street area called Sanoya, and that was listed in English on Google Maps as the Sanoya Fresh Food Hall.
Oh wow! Okay.
And it's similar in size to the Sun Ace, but they have a lot better in terms of bento stuff. Like every morning, you know, they have the whole procession basically of all these crazy bentos with all the good stuff, and we were much more keen on that. As well as the general sorts of grocery store stuff, like your drinks and stuff, and sushi as well. And I put that under the umbrella of bento. It's of course sushi. They had some good fresh sushi there, so I recommend that place. Except for the fact that it kind of has a weird service to it, and the fact that in the sense that they don't take credit card, which was not a huge surprise considering the size of the place and is, you know, kind of a really local little market. That made sense, but you know, I had to pull out the cash and thank God we had some cash some walking around money to spend on some food there. They do accept PayPay.
Oh, right.
But again, if I want to use PayPay, I need a Japanese phone number, which means, again, I could have got a better SIM to use that had an actual phone number attached to it. So again, that's something to think about for next time. So I had to pay with cash, but then... So they asked me about bags, and, you know, having been at a Japanese store a few times prior to that, I understand that, you know, usually what they're going to ask first is, would you like a bag? You got to listen for that word, fukuro. There's my tourist tip.
Or Reggie Bukuro. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. One or the other. Something that sounds ukuro-ish.
That's right.
You can just say, you know, probably just say hi, onegaishimasu, and they'll make sure that you get a bag. So they asked me at Sanoya something about a fukuro, and I said hi, and then they didn't give me one. And I'm like,
oh, right. This
is the one place that seems to reverse the question and say, would you not like a bag or something? What were you saying?
It's because hi in Japanese doesn't mean yes, really. It just means I heard you and I understand you. So to him, that wasn't an answer.
Well, you say him, but this happened on two separate occasions with two different
people. To them,
people.
this wasn't an answer. Okay.
And only at this place.
All right.
So I was led to think, are they just asking a different question?
I don't know. It's possible.
Is it
maybe the question was, do you like bags?
Yeah, maybe that was it. Or maybe it was like, hey, do you have your own bag? Yes.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
Here you go. And so for a couple times there, we had to shove all of our groceries in the bottom of the stroller and cart it back to the apartment.
Okay.
Well, which wasn't great. But by the third try, I had specifically said, yes, a bag, please.
Excellent. Okay.
And then they asked how many. And I said, oh, yes, nimai kudasai. And I got 2
Very
bags.
Nice.
And thank goodness for
All
that.
Right.
But gosh, that was a little bit weird. And it apparently was only happening to me at this Sanoya store. So there's your other tourist tip for Nagoya.
Yeah.
Careful at Sanoya.
I would just always say pack a tote bag always. Like that's one of my number one rules in Japan is like, even if I'm just going to a party and I have my messenger bag with my wallet and phone charger and whatever, I also throw in a folded up tote bag because I will probably go to a convenience store or something. Like,
no, I mean,
I haven't
you're right.
gotten a plastic bag from a convenience store in almost a decade.
No, you're absolutely right. We do this when we go grocery shopping. We have our own bags.
Right.
It's just that, things are different when you're packing for a trip and you have other things on your mind. And so it doesn't.
Things are different.
Yeah. Otherwise,
my number
I definitely
2
would have brought my own shopping bag.
Yeah. The number 2 tip for coming to Japan, for anyone else, it's. I mean, you did this, but everyone should do this as well. Yeah, bring cash. Japan's not big on cashless. It's slowly catching on. Like, there are more places that accept PayPay and RPay and whatever pay and credit, but most places will always take cash.
I'd say it was a much better situation than last time, like 11 years ago, because of course, Apple Pay had more of a spread over this past decade around the world. And so,
yeah. Oh, that reminds me, I got to finish setting up my phone apparently.
Okay. All right.
No, I fucking hate that. I there's a red dot on my settings app on my phone, and it's going to be there forever because I'm not setting up fucking Apple Pay.
Right, yeah.
You need to finish setting up your phone. You need to shut the fuck up.
Of course, yeah. No, I would say 9 out of 10 places I was able to pay with, if not the phone, then just tapping the card or just inserting my card. So, well, I mean, especially at the mall, they seem to have specific credit card terminals, I think, for foreigners or tourists or something.
Oh, that's fun.
But yeah, cashless is pretty good, I would say, in my experience. But of course, yeah, you're always going to run into the local place that will still want some cash, or, the app that you don't have or can't use. So yeah, you want some cash.
I am still livid about the 7-Eleven app because I still don't know what it does. But for about a week, they were trying to push the 7-Eleven app, and so anytime you bought something at 7-Eleven, they would also give you like a little pamphlet instructing you how to install the 7-Eleven app.
Yeah,
and it's just it's a 3-page pamphlet that you unfold. It tells you how to download the 7-Eleven app and how to make an account and how to log in. Does not tell you what it does. Doesn't tell you anything about what it can get you, what the rewards are, like what its purpose is. It just says, this is the app you must get. Here is how to get it. Please receive app and install on telephone.
Jeez.
And nothing gets me to throw something away faster than, you're not even trying to appear to have any use. You're just, we want your information. Goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, here it's very explicit.
Absolute
the 7-Eleven
garbage.
app is just, earn points. Buy stuff and earn points, and then you can redeem the points on other free things.
I bet this one does that too. It would be really cool if they were to tell me about it.
Yeah. I would say though, I had a lot of fun at the Konbini with the self-checkout where they had them. Because, I love the self-checkout, and they have the tiny little self-checkout things now at 7-Eleven and Family Mart and stuff. I was like, ooh, let's try this.
That's right.
And I think, did I say this on the show last time, or maybe to you in person? But it's just like, here in America, the self-checkout, they ask you if you took a bag. But in Japan, it's like, hey, if you want a bag, scan the barcode on the bag so that it comes up and we charge you for the bag. Like, okay, that seems nice and sensible, but here they don't have barcodes on the bags. I guess it's because every state does things differently, and so they don't want to make different bags for California or something, but... Oh, yeah. Good God. I mean...
Yeah, I went to Uniqlo the other day to get the... Oh, they got another series of Final Fantasy shirts, and they're good this time, so I bought one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got them right at the checkout. Do you want a bag? Yes. Well, guess what? They're behind you. And then you turn around and there they are.
Yeah, we've done that, yeah. They've used that checkout system, like it's universal apparently. So like if you go to Uniqlo here, it's the same setup.
Oh yeah, you put your clothes in that little pit, and it's
in the magic AI scanner, and
it's pretty neat.
The AI pit,
right? Yeah, I want to get in there one day, see what my value is.
And the bags are behind you, and no one is willing to help you. No, I'm just kidding. And also at Uniqlo here, if you go and people say welcome in, which is basically, the English version of irashimasu.
That's right. Wow, they say that?
No, they don't say irashimasu. They say welcome in.
Welcome in. Oh, they must make them say that.
Oh, they
terrible.
Absolutely do. Yes.
Oh, no.
Of course they do. Yeah.
Another thing is I was there the other day. I thought for sure, like at least they would carry copies because I've been meaning to play it of Uniqlo Overlord, and they just do not. They do not have any of them.
No, that's
what's up?
It's I think you misread that. You might want to read that.
Is that something else
again? Yeah.
Oh!
You just get
it's
it
a Transformers
anyway,
thing. It's Unicron. All right, I get it. I do like my Transformers.
Yes, you do, sweetie.
No, I probably couldn't name. Do you think I could name 10 Transformers?
I certainly could not.
Let's try. Optimus Prime, Megatron. Those are the big two.
Yeah.
Those are the the light and dark elemental.
Right.
Not respected. Yeah. Bumblebee. That's 3. Speaker box. The Love Below.
No.
What's up?
No, that's not the name.
Sound Blast. Soundwave.
Soundwave. Yes.
All right, that's 4. Rodimus Prime. Can we accept that?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
All right, 5.
Yeah, you know what? I think you lost me.
Wait, does Unicron count? Because I'll say Unicron.
Okay, sure. 6.
So that's 6. Oh boy.
And you scrape together 4 more.
I can do that. Turbo Man.
No, I don't think any of them have man in their name.
Spark Summers.
No, I don't think they use any parody names.
I don't think I can.
Well, then.
Wait, Starscream.
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, 7.
All right, 3 more. We got this. We got easy peasy. We got this.
Sure we do.
Flapjack? Is there a Transformer called Flapjack?
No, I think you're leaning into G.I. Joe now.
Okay. Wait, Wheeljack? Is that something?
Sounds like it should be, yeah. But now I don't know if it's...
Charles Shelton is punching a hole through a wall right now, yelling at me.
Oh, no, he's too happy. He's too
Magneto. All right.
Wheeljack was 1, yes.
Okay. So I get, 2 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can give you a slight hint.
Ironside.
So close. So very close. You're 1 letter off.
Ironsides?
No.
Oh, wait. Iron size.
No, it's not side. It's iron.
Oh, iron.
Something
iron
else.
Head.
Hide.
Iron helmet.
Nope.
Iron hide.
Yes.
All right, 1 more. We got this. Shit.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you 1 hint.
Okay. All right.
Blank and Clank.
Ratchet. Oh, Ratchet.
Yeah.
Yay. With your help, I named 10.
Yeah. You did it.
Meanwhile, Charles has named 50 at least. All right. Where were we?
Japan. We were too young for it is the thing. I mean, it was just...
I know. I was into Transformers when it was on TV because I love the toys. I liked the fact that, hey, this toy is 2 things.
Right. I had 1 toy, but I didn't really know what Transformers was. It was just a toy I liked. It was just a cool car. I also had a car from Mask, the teal hot rod car from Mask.
Oh, not the Cher movie.
No. The other transforming cartoon franchise.
Oh, right. That's right. Okay. Not okay.
And I didn't know what Mask was. I was just like 3 or 4 and I liked the cars.
For a second, I thought you meant like the cartoon based on Jim Carrey's The Mask. And I'm like trying to imagine a car that's just a yellow zoot suit with wheels. Oh, I drive it. Smoking.
Smoking.
No smoking. Well, that's fun. Yeah, no, like a lot of toys, like especially action figures, I was into Transformers, I was into He-Man, I was into G.I. Joe. All of that had the volume. Yeah, all of those had the volume cranked immediately to 0 when I discovered video games.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
As soon as I saw the NES, I was like, "Oh, we're doing this. I don't want to play with other toys anymore. This is my deal."
Yeah, I was just not conscious of a lot of those cartoons or anything really. I saw like every once in a while there was like a syndicated rerun of like Thundercats, and maybe I would see that, and I would think Thundercats was cool, but yeah.
I was really into Thundercats.
Never saw
in my pre-NES life.
Never saw one frame of He-Man. Probably never saw an action figure. Never really saw G.I. Joe until it was like in its doldrums years in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
It didn't really start for me until Ninja Turtles.
I did I did watch a lot of Ninja Turtles. Yeah. My Ninja Turtles interest continued because it was closely tied to video games, but I didn't have any more figures.
Yeah.
But I do remember my earliest exposure to anime was when I was like 4 or 5. My grandparents gave me a black and white Gigantor VHS, and I fucking loved it.
Oh, okay.
And that's how good it was, is like I was willing to sit down and watch something in black and white because I just loved watching this kid tell his robot to punch goons.
Not bad.
It was pretty good.
I think my first exposure to anime was Mapletown.
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that counts.
Yeah. It is often confused with Sylvanian Families, but it's the same sort of thing where it's like cute animals walking around in funny, happy town.
What is Sylvanian Families?
It's another franchise of those kind of like cute animal characters.
Okay. We were a Pennsylvanian family. Can you milk me? I don't know what I'm saying.
But Sylvanian is the more popular one. But Mapletown was the one that showed up on TV here originally, and I liked it a lot as a kid. And so in kindergarten, I would get the Mapletown lunchbox and almost immediately be teased for liking a girl's thing.
What? That's all right. All those kids are dead now anyway.
Probably, yeah.
All right. I was really into... There was a wasn't there like a Grimm's fairy tale show that I think was animated in Japan?
Yeah.
You remember this?
I probably didn't see it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I was into that, and I was convinced that there was a song in that show that was used in a lot of episodes. I think it was like a generic ballroom dancing song. And I was 100% convinced it was note for note taken from Sword of Vermilion.
Okay. Yeah.
As a child, I was convinced. And
sure.
I think what it was just they had similar melodies, and I think they were both a 3/4 time signature, and they sounded generally the same. But to a child, it's like, no, they took it from Sword of Vermilion. They must be Sword of Vermilion fans.
Okay, yeah, right. No,
you know how children think.
That's how Alex thinks.
Yeah, that's how I think as a child.
Yeah, so because of my kindergarten trauma, I'm now probably going to be one of these dads who has to make sure my son doesn't have anything too girly when he goes to school. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Things are different now, of course.
Things are different now. A girl can be president.
And of course, I really can't stop my son from maybe being teased someday, you know. It'll happen.
Everyone gets teased.
Everybody gets it. Anyway, Mapletown was great. And now we just have stuff like Animal Crossing Lego sets. I mean, if my son was into those, I think that'd be really cool.
Right?
Everybody loves Animal Crossing, so yeah.
That's true. Even Paul F. Tompkins.
Okay. That's a pull? No, I don't.
Yeah. Oh. No, he like during the pandemic, Lauren Lapkus got him really into Animal Crossing on the Switch.
All right.
And they would play together. And he worked it into one of his characters, Brock Lovett, on Comedy Bang Bang. Anyway, but yeah, on the topic of gay shirts, I just bought the FF shirt I got at Uniqlo it's a pink shirt with the Amano drawing of Mog on it, and it's got Mog sprites on it as well, and I love it to death. It would have gotten me punched in middle school. I did have a Mog shirt in middle school, but it was a gray. It's like there was a guy at the mall who was doing airbrushing on T-shirts.
Yeah,
and he would airbrush anything you wanted on a T-shirt. And I brought in a picture of Mog. I think it was from the FF ad, the FF3 US ad.
Yeah,
that was in all the magazines. And I'm like, I want this on a shirt. This must have been 94 when that game came out. And he did it. Like he airbrushed Mog on the shirt exactly the way that he looked, and it was my most treasured item. I wore that shirt until it disintegrated when I was in high school.
Wow, it's kind of like a reunion.
Yes, right. That's why I was so happy to see another Mog shirt, because like it was the first time I was happy about a piece of clothing. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. It shows my love for Mog. I love the little guy. And then it's also the first time my mom, maybe the first and only time my mom played a very cruel joke on me, which was the first time she washed the shirt, I guess it came out of the dryer inside out. And she thought that the airbrush had been washed out of it, like it was just a gray T-shirt now. And then she looked inside and she realized, oh, it's inside out. But let's play a trick on Alex. Okay. And so she hung it up. She hung it up on a hanger inside out and hung it on the door frame and then called me over. She's like, look, the Mog washed off of your shirt. And I was like, I remember it being the first time in my life that I was so dejected. I didn't want to cry. I just went, okay. I just accepted it, like, all right, I guess. And then she immediately saw that I was like very sad, and she's like, no, it was just a trick. I was just joking. Here, Mog's fine. Yeah, but very excited to wear the new shirt.
Turns out it didn't work.
Didn't work. Try again, Linda. I like the new shirt. They've got good shirts now. These are, I think they're for the Pixel remasters. These are much better than the FF shirts from before.
I bought the same one. I think everybody else bought the same one. So we're all going to go out on the town in our pink Mog shirts.
Good.
Because I think that's the best one of the whole line. There's an Amano Terra one. And
yes, which I like. It's got Terra and Mog on the front. But the reason I didn't get that one or the black Goblin one is because I have enough shirts that are just white and just black, and these things have tiny little things on them that don't really warrant wearing them.
This goes back to my complaints about Uniqlo's like graphic design of their shirts is really fallen off a cliff in like the past 8 years or so. Yeah. I don't know what happened to Uniqlo. Maybe they got a different CEO or something, but like they're not as cool as they used to be. They still got some nice cheap clothes and everything, but not all of it's that nice anymore.
For over a decade, I had their Tekken shirt. I love their Tekken shirt. It was like a navy blue V-neck T-shirt with like the cast of Tekken Tag Tournament in white like wireframe outlines, and like you could tell who every character was, even though it was just white silhouettes, and it was really cool.
There's Billy,
there's Billy. Yes, who could forget Billy? And I eventually threw it away. Thank you. It got a couple of holes in it, but like you do with a beloved piece of clothing, you're like, hey, nobody can see that. It's fine. It's just a little hole. Yeah. And then it became a second hole, and they started getting slightly bigger. And I was like, no, we're sticking with this. We are riding this out. Okay. Yoshimitsu and me, ride or die. And then I was going to work one day, and a pigeon shat all over me, and I just immediately threw the shirt in the garbage. I was just like, we're done. We kept it going for a long time, but that's the final straw. Hi.
Maybe that should be our next No More Whoppers shirt. Yoshimitsu, ride or die, with you and him on it.
I like that. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Manji clan forever.
Let's talk for a minute about pink shirts.
All right.
You mentioned the Mog shirt, and you said it would probably get you beat up in middle school.
Yes.
I don't know about middle school, but you go back a few years earlier, like early 90s, like pink shirts were okay on everybody.
Yeah, but like that. Yes, but that was the age of neon. This is more like a salmon. You know what I mean? Like neon shirts were fine because neon. Hey, it's the 90s. That's what we do now.
I suppose.
But this was like a soft salmon with like a cute fuzzy character on it. Like
there was stuff like Ocean Pacific shirts were like washed pink. Like
those shirts are OP.
Yes.
Thank you.
The other point I want to make is that I love pink shirts. In fact, I have the bright pink Super Mario USA box art shirt from the Nintendo store.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's one of my favorites.
I like that art.
Yeah. Good art.
Okay.
Good box. Good pink.
I think I mentioned this before, but the detectives in my Twitch chat tracked down a shirt that I couldn't find that I hate. Because I was talking about it on I was talking about this on stream one day.
Finally gonna wipe it off the face of the earth, right?
This is maybe last year, but like there was a kid in my middle school who had a shirt, and I think he got it while on vacation. I think it was like Nag's Head or something beach or whatever. You know, those shirts.
All right.
You get on vacation. And it was a picture. It was a cartoon. It was a muscular shark holding a surfboard and wearing sunglasses. I may have talked about this before.
I love it.
It was a fucking it was a ripped shark holding a surfboard and wearing sunglasses. And then in just huge block text, it said, "Get a grip on reality." And I thought, motherfucker, you're a cartoon shark. There's nothing realistic about you. And it made me, as a child, this shirt made me so angry because I couldn't understand it. Like, what do you mean reality? What reality are you from?
Classic Alex.
I was livid about this kid's shirt, and I couldn't tell anybody about it. And then I told this story on stream one day, and somebody tracked down the exact shirt, and that should be the episode image. I'll send it to you. It's awful.
Just imagining, like, you already get mad at things like that. Like, what do you mean?
Oh yeah,
what do you mean?
Yes.
Now I'm just imagining it with like you a few feet shorter, higher pitch, just like
Oh yeah, at 13 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. Good Lord.
I was doing that. Yeah.
So that was like a big dog shirt, but a shark. That's what.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, big shark. It was a big shark shirt.
Weird. Okay, but they found it. Good for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Shirts, man. Speaking of Mario shirts, I'm wearing the shirt I bought on the trip and that I wore to your place when we recorded. So.
Oh, fun.
I'm wearing that exact same shirt right now.
Oh yeah, that's the Peach.
It's Mario and Peach and Luigi and Toad. It's everybody running toward the castle.
From
Super Mario Bros.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I was at first, because of the lighting, I couldn't tell if it was a white or like a beige or whatever, but it's like a nice, what is it? It's like a peach tone?
No, it's beige. It's more on the beige,
is it beige?
Side. Yeah.
All right.
Say that. So
beige city rollers.
I bought that in Kyoto. Now, another thing about Japan was Kyoto. Now, we went there two separate days.
Wow.
I know, right? Not exactly economical.
Loving the Kyoto.
Probably should have just stayed there because, like, you go there, you take the train, and you have a thing in mind. You're going to go to the shrine for half the day and maybe also go to the mall, which is why I went to the Nintendo store and everything, and also got lunch and stuff. But that really, I think, sort of, it does indeed kind of suck the fun out of being in Kyoto and going there because, like, we get right off the train and then we have to go take the bus because, like, the bus system is kind of like the principal mode of transport around downtown Kyoto, essentially. Like,
yes.
There's really no, like, metro the same way that Nagoya has one. And so you have to get on a city bus. And, boy, I really wish there was something else. Because, like, we had to, figure out what bus number is going on what route, if the bus in front of us is that correct bus, and then get on the bus with a baby and a stroller and hope it doesn't get crowded because, the first time we went to the Yasuka Jinja Shrine, which is not one of the popular ones, but, good enough. And so found the, looking up the bus, and it rolled in. My wife said, "Oh, there it is. Let's go. And I go, "Okay, let's go." And it's going to be about a half-hour ride altogether to get to the shrine from the station. And so it's about, let's say, 28 minutes into the ride when I realize we're going the wrong way. We've gone the wrong direction. So I need to get us off the bus and just walk across the street to the next stop and wait for the correct direction.
You didn't at least try telling the bus driver, sir, you're going the wrong way.
No, they looked mean.
What? All right, fine.
So we had to wait for a bus and take another 30-minute trip to the shrine finally. And
oh boy!
So there's 1 hour just chopped off the day. The next time we decided to go to Kiyomizu Temple and everything. And
the Mii's, yeah.
We did get on the correct bus because there was a long line of tourists waiting for the bus to Kiyomizu because it is the more popular.
Of course.
And
that
means
the big one.
It does get more crowded. And so, again, we have a baby and a stroller. And they do have a stroller strap you can affix to the seat there. And you don't have to move the baby so much around. But then you have to deal with the fact that it's a very crowded bus, like the whole trip. And people are going to be coming on every couple of stops and getting things a bit more packed in. And so you got to deal with that. That one wasn't as crazy, I guess. It was just a more packed bus. But
you got to walk up that big hill.
Yeah,
with all the shops. That's some touristy shit.
That's that's the other thing is, well, that was neat and all, but I
like that hill, but it's
walking around the shrines in the heat, pushing a baby around, like, and that being like the only thing you're doing in Kyoto that day, it doesn't leave a good impression of Kyoto. So
it's more the weather's fault, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I'm just going to write it off. I'm just going to pretend like I haven't been to Kyoto yet. And we're going to do it correctly next time.
All right. Yeah. And go in a slightly cooler season, perhaps when there's a Nintendo museum to be visited.
Yes, perhaps. And also, book a room to stay overnight, 1 or 2 days. Maybe.
Also that.
Yeah. So you don't have to take a bullet train every time. The bus thing is maybe unavoidable, but maybe a taxi, who knows?
I do like that hill, but it's one of those things where once is enough. And if I go to Kiyomizu, it's always like, oh, we got to walk this hill again. But more so because of the social anxiety and because of I become acutely aware. Yeah, I become acutely aware of my status. Like I'm already. If I'm in Kyoto, even though I live in Japan, if I'm in Kyoto, I'm a tourist, and I become acutely aware of my tourist status when I'm on that hill because it's lined with shops of people just staring at me, waiting for me to come into their shop and buy some stuff. And
is that really what happened? Because when we went there, it was kind of crowded. It was a lot of people walking around, so you can't really notice anybody staring at you because everybody's a tourist and everybody's moving in one direction.
Okay. That's a good observation because I've not been back there. Like I haven't been to Kyoto in 5 or 6 years. It was certainly pre-pandemic and it was not that busy. So maybe, I wouldn't go now anyway because it's busy. Well, I don't think I'm going to Kyoto for a while.
Apparently the news story is that, Japan has an over-tourism problem now. You're just like, don't go to every popular place, I guess.
Yeah, that's... I think I talked about this last episode, but that's kind of my problem now is I'm very aware that I am seen as a tourist no matter where I go, and I hate that. I just hate that feeling because there are expectations of me, and
I guess
my brain is wrong, and I don't know how to make it not wrong.
I would probably feel the same, but just from my experiences last time, it's just like you either just kind of roll with it, let it wash over you, or just do your best pretending that you know the language and the culture, and people won't really like they'll get it. Like if someone asks me if I want a bag and I just say, yeah, okay, or onegaishimasu or something, like, yeah, they get it. Maybe they're not fully convinced that I'm not a tourist, but hey, whatever helped. So, I did go to Kyoto, quote unquote. I'm writing it off. We're going to try again next time. But
cool.
That last time we hopped the train back to Nagoya and then we did some shopping. And then I started to feel weird, like I was kind of fatigued and I needed to sit down a lot. And of course, my wife takes us to Uniqlo for the third time. And Uniqlo it's an entire floor. Uniqlo takes up an entire floor and there's really no place to sit down. If I wanted to sit down, I had to go take the elevator back down to the ground floor and sit on a bench outside. So I just needed to sit down because my legs were feeling so fatigued. I was just generally weird. And by the time we get back home, I think I'm just getting a fever. And so, sure enough, I got sick. And
oh boy,
I don't know when exactly. And I don't really know if it was the C word, but I did get a fever, that's, which was a C word, but a different, certainly a cunt, this fever, because
I was thinking like you got a fever and you're like, oh no, that's cancer.
Oh no. No. The more popular C word from recent years. I don't know for sure because I didn't get a chance to test it, but I got a fever that lines up with like my vaccine effects.
Okay.
So
and it stuck with you for a long time, it seems.
I had it for about a week and a half.
Ooh.
I just had to keep taking ibuprofen to like push it down so I can function during the day, which was kind of crazy. So, yeah, I mean, this was the last couple of days of the trip, so it wasn't a tragedy or anything, and we didn't really have anywhere else to go necessarily. So I just kind of rested and did the best I could to stay alive in order to, get a taxi back to the train station and then the airport and then go home. And so I did make it home, of course. I'm talking to you now, so that means I made it home. And yeah, that was just not pleasant. And I did manage to go to the nearest drugstore and look for ibuprofen. And what I noticed is that, in America, you can go to the pharmacy, you can go to Walgreens or something, and you can just get ibuprofen, 300 milligrams per dose or whatever. And that's good. That's all they'll sell you. You go to Japan, though, and like every drug is like a drug cocktail. It's like ibuprofen plus this, plus this, plus this, plus this, which I'm not complaining. It was just odd because I didn't at first really know what to look for until I noticed that, these are all kind of like ibuprofen plus alpha EX turbo. And so, okay, I'll just get one of these. And sure enough, yeah, that worked fine. But another little tourist tip, I guess. There's a lot of medicines. We have a medicine box at home, and when I need something specific, it's hard to find because there's like a dozen different pills in there, and they all do a combination of things. Yeah. And I'm like, I just need this one thing. I mean, at least ibuprofen is called ibuprofen in Japan, and a lot of boxes say
I call it the Buf.
Really, I call it Ibu.
Ibu. No, that's a robot dog. There we go. Good dog. What were you saying? What's your tourist tip?
Just don't be too afraid of the drugs there, I guess. I mean,
yeah, do drugs.
No, not those.
What?
The good kind that make you not sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting really into microdosing ibuprofen.
Doesn't do anything, but feels good.
Or does it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I got sick last days of Japan, and that was not great because, of course, my son was still incredibly unruly and was still a madman on the plane and stuff, and wasn't great. But I made it back, and so that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I'm done with my recap.
All right, we did it.
Love Japan. Hope to go back soon enough.
I'll be here.
Maybe even early next year.
Oh, all right. Next time you come, we're doing the Nintendo Museum together because
we're going to have to.
I'm also now super excited about my post-bar life because it means I can actually go places and do things now.
Although I can't believe they didn't mention the museum at that last Nintendo Direct, but I don't know.
Well, maybe they mentioned it on the. Did you watch the Japanese version?
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't.
Oh,
didn't
all
come
right.
up.
Well, then I got nothing. Speaking of the what?
No, what? Speak.
Speaking of the Nintendo Direct, we're going to cover that in the next segment. I propose we take a break and then come back.
Let's do that.
To talk.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
I would love to do that.
Do you want it like that? I want it like that. Okay, good.
Folks are back. It's No More Whoppers. I'm Ray. That's Alex.
Hi there.
Hi.
Raymond, some games. Are you familiar with Nintendo?
Raymond,
have you ever
some
heard of
games.
Nintendo?
Let's do it.
What do you call it? Is this what's it called? The Shadow game? Is that what that is? Stop copying me.
No, I'm not copying you. I'm reinforcing you.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Nintendo?
Vaguely.
Have you ever heard of Nintendo's Direct?
Nintendo's Direct, no.
Yeah, they announce new games for their Switch hardware. We're going to run it down. That's right. We're
like
going
a Switch
back.
knife? Is that what you're talking about?
No,
Switch
it's a video game. It's like a portable. It's like, you ever seen a Steam Deck?
Is that like this is all about? You're talking about heavy machinery, right? This is all just like stuff you can find in a factory.
No. Well, it's.
You got to switch on your Steam Deck to make sure the steam routes through the HVAC. What, is that another video game system? The HVAC? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
Oh,
actually,
geez.
yeah. The Atari Lynx.
The HP HVAC.
Nintendo, Hewlett-Packard. I have some opinions, and so does the crowd, about the latest Nintendo Direct that took place in June of this year. Raymond, guess what? You gotta guess.
What?
Y'all ready for this?
We're coming to you live from the Whopper Dome in beautiful Sunnyvale, California. This time it's sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. Okay. Napa, what does the Scouter say about your powertrain? Come on in, have a seat. The crowd's all here. We're going to get to the games in just a moment. And I'm going to tell you how and what we think about these, because there's a lot to cover. Raymond, if you would get into the list. What's first up on the docket here?
Okay, first up on the docket, for you and everybody else, Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Ooh, all right, crowd seems to like that one.
Okay, next.
Looks all right, well, keep going.
Nintendo World Championships NES Edition.
Oh.
Whoa.
All right.
Is that a Resident Evil
yeah,
zombie?
someone's excited for that, though.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Cool.
Fairy Tail 2, from the anime.
Oh.
Okay, the zombie guy, I thought.
It's not zombies.
Fantasia, Neo Dimension.
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah, people seem to be excited for that one. I am. I'm personally excited to finally play Fantasia.
All right, I don't know why you list DLC on this, but Nintendo Switch Sports free update with basketball.
Oh.
All right.
Oh. All right.
Not based on the drink flavoring syrup, Mio, Memories in Orbit.
All right. I've already forgotten what that is.
There was an update for Disney's Illusion Island.
All right.
Coming out with Hello Kitty Island Adventure on the Switch.
Pretty good.
They got Looney Tunes. They got Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports.
Oh, so much sports happening.
Yeah. Boy, can you imagine they got a new update for Among Us. And hey, there's a new farm game called Farmagia. Was it how they pronounced it? Yeah.
That's I believe that it's Italian for cheese, and I'm going to be disappointed if
Yes.
It's not like a cheese sim.
If you don't at least cultivate some cheese,
Yeah,
what are
right?
we doing?
Yeah, nothing.
Alex, one of your favorite games ever is back in HD. That's right, Donkey Kong Country returns.
Wow. All right, folks love
Speaking
the DK.
of cheese, it's made in France. Did you know that?
We?
And then officially, we got Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. The crowd is going wild. And guess what else? Guess what else?
What
Hey,
else?
crowd, guess what else?
What else?
Oh my god, they won't shut up. Guys, listen. All right, thank you. What comes before 3? Well, it's Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Also coming HD 2D. Folks, please.
All right, great. And how do you follow up such a huge announcement?
How do you follow
that?
such a anticipated announcement like Dragon Quest 3, 1 and 2 HD 2D?
Naturally,
well,
you follow it with
Funko Fusion.
Oh.
That's definitely that's a zombie that's just like even the zombie doesn't know what to do. And then this game's already out now, but Luigi Mansion 2 HD.
Okay, yeah, some folks excited for that.
And the new Denpa Men. Really? I mean, come on. I wasn't even hot about the old Denpa Men.
I don't know, man. The crowd seems to like it. I can't control the crowd. I have no control over what the crowd does or says.
Hey, Alex, you like games on your phone?
You know that I do.
Well, guess what? Now you got a phone game on your Switch. Metal Slug Attack Reloaded.
What? All right.
Darkest Dungeon 2. And if you want to pay Nintendo your monthly fee for the online service, you get new GBA games. You get Zelda 4 Swords and Metroid Zero Mission. And the new mature N64 games, like Turok and Perfect Dark. Okay,
right,
you need to be 17 to play those old crappy graphics in N64 games, okay? If you're 16, it's not going to work. Get out.
Bye.
Okay, that's Coach
What's up?
McGurk.
Which one?
No, the light. Yeah, that one.
Oh.
No, it's way too high.
Oh.
It's high enough to track.
Okay. Brendan.
Younger age John Ben.
All right, fine.
Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero, an actual sequel. Phantom Brave?
All right.
This is probably number 2 to Dragon Quest. Everybody was very hyped for this. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. And how do you follow an anticipated announcement like Marvel vs. Capcom coming back? Well, of course, naturally, it has to be Super Mario Party Jamboree. And how do you follow a new Mario Party game? Well, you follow a new Zelda game where you can play as Zelda. That's right, The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom.
Oh.
Are you just like grabbing chant noises from Mortal Kombat? Is that what's going on? These are all oofs and ahs and oohs from Mortal Kombat, aren't they? Yeah. Just Dance 2025. Somebody dance, please. A little bit of PlayStation here. We got Lego Horizon Adventures. An old game now on Switch, Stray. And Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game. In case you couldn't tell by the use of Shire.
Oh.
Hey, here's one for you freaks. Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. I want to talk about that one. Let's talk about that one later.
Of course.
A game I forgot about called The 100 Line, Last Defense Academy.
I really need a crickets drop.
That's fine. Romancing Saga, Revenge of the Seven, a remake of Romancing Saga 2. Now, how could you possibly top a remake of Romancing Saga 2? Well, the answer is you can't, but Nintendo tried anyway and ended the Nintendo Direct by showing us Metroid Prime 4. Beyond! Yeah, no. It'd be great if it was coffee. Just the coffee. All right, there's your Nintendo Direct.
All right, pretty good. We got some good stuff in there.
People seem to have some fun with that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ray's not a big fan. Look, it's very expensive to rent out the Whopper Dome. Even though our name is on it, it's very expensive to rent out the Whopper Dome for a few minutes a month. So Ray's just put the numbers in front of me. We can no longer do these. But as our last one, let's run it down. What are you excited for? I think Mario and Luigi Brothership looks pretty good. I'm excited to finally play Fantasian, etc.
Right. I got to tell you, though, I'm excited for something that wasn't on the American Nintendo Direct.
What? What's that?
If you watch the Japanese one, they announced the DLC for Natsumon.
Oh, cool.
And then, we'll talk later, but also, it's also on Steam, Natsumon. So
okay.
So I got to give it up for that. I got to give it up to Kaze-Abe, first off, okay?
Right.
All right, now I'll get to the real thing that you want to talk about.
Obviously excited for DQ3, and I think we saw the DQ 1 and 2 announcements coming.
Well, it was rumored, and this was from the rumor mongers who were then revealed to be pretending to be a Japanese woman. So it kind of threw their credibility out of whack until we found out, I guess 1 and 2 are coming. Just separately from 3. I think some people were thinking 1, 2, and 3 will all be together, but no, it doesn't.
No.
But yes, they had done a tease of 3 a few weeks prior. It was just like a tweet with like a logo. And I was like, okay, great. Well, that means they're ready to go because they're also showing all the console logos on this thing. So they're gearing up for something. It means it's finally ready to go after, a few years of not knowing what the hell was up. Because if you remember, folks, a few years ago, Alex and I were on live stream watching the Dragon Quest anniversary celebration, sort of like a Dragon Quest Direct. From 2021, where they showed the Dragon Quest 3 remake and then nothing else about it.
Yeah.
Now we just have to wait and see what's going on with Dragon Quest 12. But nonetheless, we do know that Dragon Quest 3 is almost done. So yeah,
looking good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I like what I see. And there's a new job there. They're adding was it Monster Master, which I will only refer to as Monster Masher from now on.
All right.
Which was previously a job, at least in DQ10. I don't know if it showed up in any others, but yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. As far as like things I'm really interested in, I think the Marvel vs. Capcom thing is cool.
Sure.
Because that seemed so much like something that was never going to happen again.
Yeah.
For Marvel and Capcom to make nice and bring this back to consoles.
Yeah.
There's nothing I will say that hasn't already been said by Maximilian, who's like the well-known fighting game streamer guy and just knows about all that stuff and loves Marvel games. And so the Marvel fighting games. As someone who is not so hot on Zelda anymore, I was interested in Echoes of Wisdom because they are coming back to that style they established with the remake of Link's Awakening. And, you know, when that trailer first came up with that art style, I was like, oh, okay, well, they are doing the remakes of the Oracles games then, right? And then it keeps running. No, it's actually all new game.
My first thought was I saw the art style. I thought it was going to be a remake in that style of Link to the Past because it looked like that was the final battle of Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Either that or Link to the Past 3.
Yeah,
is what I thought was also a possibility. But
I mean, you could call this Link to the Past 3. Wisdom.
Right, I guess.
I think there was some speculation from the fans, just based on like what we saw of the world map, that maybe it is that same universe, the Link to the Pastiverse.
Oh yeah.
Which would make sense, right? It's lines up with the art style and everything. So yeah, we'll see.
Personally, I'd like a Link to the Pasta. Am I right?
Oh. 2 words. Stanley Tucci. Oh.
There was the Ace Attorney Investigations collection, which means that they are now officially translating the second of those games.
Yes.
Because they just did the first one. This is, of course, the spin-off that just stars Miles Edgeworth.
I only played the first one. I'm excited to play the rest of them.
And wouldn't you know it, fans already translated that second game years ago for DS.
Yeah.
So now there's this remake, and it's official that they're doing a new translation, which means Capcom is going to choose a different set of punny names for all these characters.
Excellent.
And of course, all the fans who were so excited to play the fan translation back then and did so, don't like Capcom's new names. Despite the fact that this is actually official, and it doesn't matter what happened in your basement some years ago.
You nerds. I mean, I do think it's weird that Square Enix is going back to Erdrick. I mean, they kind of already did this with DQ11, but...
right, yeah.
What was wrong with Loto? I like Loto. I know him as Loto. Erdrick always felt to me like we need to make this palatable for the Gaijin. Loto's not a medieval sounding warrior name. What about Erdrick? Oh, that sounds like a fabled knight. Let's call him Erdrick. And as a kid, I didn't care. And now I do think it's kind of a dumb name.
Well, it works for me just because you think about the whole relocalization of Dragon Quest they did, starting with 8, and how they Britishified everything.
Yes.
And made things very much more medieval fantasy-ish, to our eyes and ears.
Yes. Yeah, I know. And they kept that up with
using
11.
A fancy fantasy-ish name like Erdrick does make more sense for that approach than just saying Loto or Roto. Like,
I know. Well, but Loto, like, it's not the guy's name, it's a title. And like Erdrick doesn't sound like a title, it sounds like a guy's name. But I think it became apparent they were doing this as far back as 11 because I think in Japanese, the name of the world is, Rotovia. It it's got, like I think the name of the world has Loto in it. And the way they translated it was Erdrea.
Yeah, right.
Or Erdrea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think they're since that far back, they've been like, no, we're still going with Erdrick.
Well, I mean, again, in terms of the English versions of the games, like they didn't really have a chance to use Erdrick again, like after the Game Boy ports, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like those were Loto, right? And
yes,
because they couldn't fit Erdrick in the space.
That's right.
But after that, Dragon Quest kind of goes away in this country, and then it comes back with 8, and then there's like no other remakes because they're not going to bother with the Wii emulation ports in this country, so we don't get 1 through 3 that way, and so there's no chance for them to try Erdrick again until 11.
Didn't they? But didn't they also use Erdrick in 9? Because you can get there's a lot of legacy equipment in 9.
Yeah,
so I bet they used Erdrick
right.
for that as well.
Yeah. And then there was the mobile ports where they did actually retranslate stuff.
Yes, that's right.
It was that. So not just 11, but yeah, also
you're
hints of
right.
it in 9, did it again in the mobile ports. And so, yeah.
He's back, baby.
I just made myself into a hypocrite a little bit, but yeah,
it's fine.
You get my point.
We're all dumb. I get your point.
Erdrick is fine and you're stupid.
Both true. We also have Funko Fusion to look forward to.
Yes.
And I know it's common to see this disclaimer on trailers, but I saw it on the bottom of the Funko Fusion one where in tiny text it says, game footage not final or good.
Bold of them to say.
Yeah, very, very bold to just come out and say, look, we got no faith in this.
Actually, I think they're required by law to put that there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just anything with Funko on it. Just not guaranteed to be good.
No. Safety not guaranteed. Fun not guaranteed.
Destined for landfill.
This game is a total DFL.
Yeah, the Ace Attorney thing was funny. I can't believe they're going to remake Romancing Saga 2 because they just kind of did. At the beginning of the Switch's life. Now they're going to do it again at the end of it.
Let's do it again.
Romancing Saga 2 is fun. I enjoyed it. It is not easy to figure out where the hell to go.
Oh, boy.
But it's a nice intro to a saga type thing, and I think the remake should help with that because all of the other remasters and remakes of saga stuff have generally been like evolving in terms of like telling you where to go, what you should be doing. Here's some good hints. And they did that the best most recently with the remaster of Romancing Saga Minstrel Song, where they did a good job with that. And I assume they're going to do the same with this new remake. And so, yeah. I'm just sad it's not Saga Frontier 2, because that's still my favorite.
Yeah, that's
still
that's never been remade, right?
No.
Or remastered.
I think they are trying to find the best way to upscale those backgrounds.
Yeah, because it is a gorgeous game, but
Frontier 1 was a little bit soupy looking.
Yeah.
It's not as bad because I think some of the enemy sprites look better than they could have been in Frontier 1. But Frontier 2, being a very deliberate sort of watercolor type of art style, which looked very good on a PlayStation resolution, you really need the source art or something if you're going to like upscale that to any kind of HD. So I can see why maybe they just skipped that for now and went with Romancing Saga too. Yeah. And Metroid Prime 4 looks like a Metroid Prime game.
Yep.
That's good. I would say that's good. I think some people might have thought that they wanted like more detail or something, looking like fucking Halo 7 or something, but no. Metroid Prime, and especially Metroid in general now, I think they are honing in on a very certain sort of clean look to those games. I'm not a big Metroid guy, and I'm not a big Zelda guy much more either, but...
I'm more of a Zelda guy, but I'm certainly not a 3D guy.
No, that's been established.
Not even a first-person guy. I
got
to deal with that enough in my
guy?
waking life. I am very much an HD 2D guy.
Yeah. You get enough 3D just by looking at things.
Yeah, right? I got to walk around in first-person mode. It sucks. It's like the shittiest VR you've ever played.
Well, Metroid Prime 1, they pulled it off. Can we agree on that?
I guess.
I mean, you think about everything that kind of needs to happen in translating Metroid gameplay into a 3D space and not just turn it into a first-person shooter. Like, I think they pulled it off. They spent the time. They figured it out, I think.
I've never felt that Metroid gameplay is something that benefits from being in 3D to begin with. So to me, it was a mystifying move in the first place. Like, I don't need, like, I prefer this to be in 2D. It's easier to, like, it's easier for me to map out, you know, whatever alien planet I'm on in my head, or have some kind of spatial awareness if I'm only dealing with 2 dimensions. Like, once you add a third, I'm just like, this is starting to become more trouble than it's worth.
Well, again, I think they did a better job than you might have expected, especially when you look at stuff like Castlevania Lament of Innocence, which really was just like, let's make a Symphony of the Night map, but in 3D. And that means like making a bunch of rooms that look the same a lot of the time and are kind of squarish. Like, they did not pull that off the same way that the Metroid Prime team pulled it off. So,
I mean, I guess it's not something I wanted pulled off. I guess is my point.
Think it's
like,
not
yes,
necessary.
They pulled it off.
Let's drop that part. Okay. Can I just, let's just focus on the part that people made a good video game. All right. Let's not argue over whether it was necessary to do it in 3D or not. That's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm trying to say.
No, but that's where I'm coming from is, to me, it's not a quote unquote good video game.
It is a very competently made video game made by professionals. Okay.
Yes.
I'm trying to keep you from sounding like the type of guy who's like, it's 3D, so it automatically sucks. I know you're not saying that. You're just saying you don't think it really needed to happen.
Yeah, we see meaningless decisions in game design every day, and to me, that was just one of them from a long time ago.
You love Resident Evil Village.
And I do love it, yeah.
Incredibly 3D.
Arlie Ermy is in that game. I do love Village a lot.
I'm playing it.
Good. Yeah. Right now?
Pretty much, yeah. Not right now.
We're trying to do a show, man. It's kind of rude.
Getting through it. Gonna go fight Heisenberg.
Oh, eat the frog. Eat it.
Oh, what?
No, eat the fly.
No, in Resident Evil, it's eat the frog.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. That's your 2024 Nintendo Direct for June. Please look forward to, et cetera, et cetera.
And now let's talk more about Natsumon.
The new version of a game called Little River.
All right, more or less.
Great.
More or less. Yeah. Natsumon, of course, was the spiritual sequel to Boku no Natsuyasumi. It's an open world sort of action-y game take on that whole thing. It came out last year on Switch in Japan. It just came out on Steam along with new DLC, so you can go to a new island and meet new characters and stuff like that. And in August, so roughly a month after this podcast goes up, they're going to patch in English. I don't know why they are waiting a month to just patch it into a game that is already available on Steam. But there you go. Okay. It's going to have an English translation.
So does this confirm that we are getting the official English title Summer Man?
No, the official English title is Natsumon.
Oh, that works too.
Okay. 20th Century Summer Kid.
All right.
Now, the original Japanese title could be translated as 20th Century Summer Vacation. So, of course,
that's right.
This makes it official that the translation of vacation is kid.
Yes.
So there you have it. Look forward to that.
I do. I am.
I guess, okay, if I can get nerdy for just a second, I do think it's very odd that they haven't really said anything about this game from the English side of the company, Spike Chunsoft.
Oh, right.
Although in a few days, Spike Chunsoft is going to have an Anime Expo panel with some announcements, and maybe they would announce Natsumon there. Nevertheless, they have 1 month to promote Natsumon in English, so I'm not sure what is going on there. It just seems like they just are shoving English in and couldn't find the resources to properly promote it. And I just think it's odd. And it shouldn't have to fall on me to like promote Natsumon. I'm kidding, of course, but it's funny. That's all. Either way, once that English stuff happens, because I already bought it on Steam, and so once that patch goes up, I will live stream the game, because I didn't get to stream it last year because I got sick for like a month straight. I don't know why I'm always getting sick in the summer, but there you go. Hopefully I will be fine this time by August, and I will play Natsumon on my good old-fashioned Twitch channel for everyone. And so you can look forward to that too. How about that?
Okay. How often do you clean your air filters? Because I've had, like, before I started cleaning them, I would have colds in the summer that would last for like a month, and then you open that thing up and it's just like, oh, this is disgusting.
No, we know why I got sick last year. It was because I drank whiskey too fast.
That's right.
So that
the
was
science is in.
My throat got too scratchy, and it, cultivated some bacteria and gave me a bad cold for like a month.
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what happened there.
All right.
So I just will stay sober around the release of the Natsumon English patch. So there you go.
Cool.
All right, that's video games.
That's video games.
Wait, there was a little bit.
Hi.
Wait, hold on. There was a tiny tidbit today. Hold on. I just need to say one last thing. There was a tiny tidbit today. They are making
The new version of a game called
Resident Evil.
Oh, today? What happened today? What did they say?
Well, Capcom had a stupid little video thing, and they had an interview with the producer, director guy who said, yeah, we're making a new Resident Evil.
Oh.
That's it. It was the director of 7. So he's going to be the director of 9. Let's say.
All right.
That's all we know.
That's fine. Are they sticking with the same engine? I imagine they are.
Well, they are using that engine on every other game that they make now. So yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, cool. Bring it.
The re-engine.
Is it, yeah. We don't know anything about the story. I assume
We
Rose
know
is going to
nothing.
show up.
It's that
All
guy
right.
who mentioned that line in passing in a silly little video about other things today.
Oh.
That's all we know.
Can we get Barry Burton back?
No.
Why?
He's had his chance.
That guy wants to see Tyrant so bad.
He was already in Revelations 2. He's done.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but he's Barry. I like Barry. I miss Barry. And Rebecca. Get Rebecca. Get the whole cast of 1 back.
Alex-
Just remake 1.
Alex genuinely is asking, Barry, where's Barry?
Yes. Hope this isn't Chris's blood. Yeah, I have heard rumblings that it was rumored that Code Veronica was going to get a remake at some point.
Yeah. And another remake of 1.
And another remake of 1, which, I mean, I guess if you want to do it in the current engine, I guess it could be interesting. But
the rumors were 0, 1, and Veronica.
Oh God, 0. They are going to have to do something to 0. Just make it a traditional RE, please.
Yeah. What do you
No
mean?
more of this zapping shit.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, no more putting herbs on the ground and then having to backtrack, or even worse, key items.
Veronica seems like the most plausible to me.
Yes, there's some of that story is going to have to be updated because there's some stuff that I
Almost all
don't
of
think
it,
is going to fly. Yeah, but I think if it's done properly, it could be really good. As long as they get the same Canadian actor back for Steve.
Maybe they should just do select all on Steve and press the delete key.
That also works. Yeah.
Or they can, just give him a new haircut like they did with Carlos in 3, was it?
Oh, yeah. Give him that mop top. Yeah.
Everybody's going to get a new haircut. We know that much. I mean.
Yes.
Alex wants those haircuts.
Yes. Cut that hair.
Yeah.
Wesker's fine. Leave Wesker as is. It's still crazy to me that, like, they had the same guy voice Carlos in RE3 as Chris in RE8. Like,
oh, I didn't know that.
and he kind of, yeah, and he doesn't really change his voice up. Like, Chris sounds a little bit, like, angrier all the time. I guess Carlos is hornier. That's the distinction. But they still kind of sound like the same dudes, just on different days.
Stay out of this, Ethan.
Yeah, they just sound like a different beefy man.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Beef.
It's what's for Resident Evil.
Okay. That really is all I got on video games.
All right. I'm playing the new version of a game called Final Fantasy XIV. It's called Dawn Trail. It's out now. It's pretty good. I don't have much to say about it yet. No spoilers here. I'm maybe 30% of the way through the main scenario quest.
Oh, that's more than I would have expected.
I'm basing that on the level because I'm on, they upped the level cap from 90 to 100 and the quests I'm on are for level 93.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the story so far. I like that they're taking the story back to smaller scale, smaller stakes. The previous expansion ended with us traveling across the universe to destroy the cause of, the suffering that was.
And now it's like the
planet.
movie Saw, and it takes place in a bathroom.
No, that's too small. That's
okay.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, it can't fit a lot of people in there, huh?
Where we headed off to South America to help a cat lady or win the throne is the setup for the story.
America.
It's fantasy South America.
Oh, sure, right.
I think the continent is called Tural. You got there's like a Peru, there's an Argentina, there's a lot of like Mayan civilization architecture. There's a lot of South American accents.
It's like Sonic Adventure.
It's like Sonic Adventure. I don't get that. I've never played Sonic Adventure.
Well, that one level with very obvious South American influence.
All right. No, it's great. I like it. I like that it's leaning more into a character-driven story rather than just a plot-driven story of we got to save the world. It's really examining the 4 contestants who are in this contest to become the next ruler of the continent and how they agree and disagree and how they learn about and consider all the different races that live on that continent. It's very interesting. It's getting a lot of blowback. A lot of folks do not like this. I think they want it to be more go fantasy adventures, slaying dragons, etc. And that's not what it is. But I really like what it is a lot.
You mean I got to think about things?
You got to think about things. You got to actually maybe consider the feelings of other characters. And some people are not into that. That is a little intimidating for some people.
Well, feelings are woke.
That's what they say. Dawn Trail, thumbs up.
All right. Sounds good.
I'll have more to say. I was going to plan a segment around it, but we don't have time. I'm going to push it to next episode. It'll be great.
All right. Until then, we'll be ready with your long, drawn-out explanation of Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail.
That's not what I'm doing, but it will be fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
You better... Hey, you're on the hook.
What?
I want fun.
You're going to get it. You're going to get it.
Give me fun.
You're going to get...
All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You want to take another break? Or no?
I would like to do that. We're going to come back. We do have some leftover fan fun, I believe, from 2 months ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Let's do it. Folks, welcome back. It's No More Whoppers. This is the final segment. I'm Alex. This is Ray.
This is Ray.
Hi, there he is. Look at him. See?
Hi.
Look at that shirt.
Hi, everybody.
You like that? He's wearing the cape.
My
I told him not to wear the cape indoors.
Oh, boy.
Zip it up.
Pardon me. I think you saw everything there. Sorry about that. Ugh.
Telephones, we all have them. If you'd like to use yours to call us, you can do so at the number 805-669-8255 or 805-NMW-TALK.
Yes.
We've got a couple here. Boy, one of these is from almost 2 months ago because we've been busy. But I think this transcript is... Yes. And I was on island time.
Yeah.
No, I'm on archipelago. I'm on archipelago time.
I see.
It's like a half hour off of island time.
Word up.
I'm going to read this transcript first because I think it's great. Hey, Alex. Hello, New Mexico. Hero the word of advice. If you like me at any point, find yourself in possession of a lawn, do not leave it. For too long, I do not leave it yet too long because when you go to Mullis, we'll keep stop grass. We'll keep getting stuck in there. It's beyond your hands and digging around in it like an animal, like a dog. That's where I find myself now. But I'm listening to the podcast, so that's exciting. No more whoppers, No more patience for me. Goodbye. All right.
Let's hear it.
Sounds kind of damning, but let's hear what the actual audio is.
Hey, Alex, hello. Luke Maxwell here with a word of advice. If you, like me, at any point, find yourself in possession of a lawn, do not leave it for too long. And do not leave it get too long. Because when you go to mow it, the mower will keep stuck. The grass will keep getting stuck in there. It's be on your hands and knees digging around in it. Like an animal, like a dog. That's where I find myself now. But I'm listening to the podcast, so that's exciting. No more whoppers, no more patience for me. Goodbye.
Outstanding.
This is beautiful. I mean, Luke Maxwell, the Irish Liam Neeson. This is why I think he's the best caller we ever have here on the show. He's very, very accurate with this. And in fact, I think when he called at the time, I went through the exact same thing. Waited too long to mow the lawn, got it all gummed up, and just had to deal with that for like, I think 2 days straight. I had to do 2 days of mowing just to handle all that shit. And he's absolutely right. If you have a lawn, keep it under fucking control. And luckily that was like right before summer, and now it's starting to get hot a bit, and the lawn is not growing as fast. It's staying a bit more yellow. That's good. That's good for me. It means I can take my time a little bit more than I could back in the spring months. And now just, when it's ready to go and when it's not scorching hot, because we're going through a heat wave this week, I'll get right back to it, mow that lawn, and hopefully in an efficient amount of time and be done with it. But yeah, Luke is totally right. It's hell.
I've never appreciated not having a lawn before, and now I do. It does seem like quite the hassle.
Yeah, especially when you live in a city and you have a sidewalk and then a series of patches of grass that you also need to mow. You are responsible to mow little patches of grass that are on the opposite side of the sidewalk. And sometimes you don't want to care about those, but you do. You'd have to, actually, and you do have to mow them. Ooh. Not like you're going to get in trouble immediately. It's not like an HOA thing. We don't have an HOA or anything, but it's still going to become an eyesore. And don't get me started on the trees. Okay. Anyway, thanks again, Luke.
I do like, though, that Google Voice interpreted Luke Maxwell here as New Mexico hero, which is pretty outstanding. He'll always be my New Mexico hero. Alamogordo. All right, we do have a second call here from a time. Surely I'm saying that correctly. I'm going to hit play on this right. What? Now.
Hey guys, Tim here, Bathroom of the Future on Blue Sky or whatever. Ray, I know you'll probably have been there and back by the time you hear this, but I wanted to say, as someone who also had to delay their honeymoon to Japan by several years because of the pandemic, and then tried to schedule it around something we hoped would be open when we got there, which in our case was the big walk-around Gundam in Yokohama. I just hope you had a great trip and that you got to see and do everything you were hoping to, because I know how you feel. And Alex, I'm sorry I won't be able to get back to Japan before the bar closes, but if you want, just imagine a loud, stupid guy with big glasses comes in to ask if you have any Valis games to play, and it'll be just like I was there. Take care, guys. Bye.
Tim, good news. I don't have to imagine that. It happens regularly enough. But right, it's. I mean, I'll put this out here. This is a secret for No Mo listeners only. But I'm paying like the. We know that.
Oh.
But the bar is closing November 1st, but I'm still paying rent all through November.
Wow.
Because I need that time to get my shit out of there, which means if anybody is in town through November 31st and wants to come see the hollow husk of the bar and hang out there and buy some convenience store beers and just sit and chill, we can do that. That's fine.
Okay. Wow.
Dig? Yeah.
I would say now's the time to start figuring out how to take a turkey to Japan, because you can have Thanksgiving at Critical Hit.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. That offer is only for podcast listeners and close friends who live in Nagoya, and they're listening to this, so they know they're invited. I'm gonna probably do some regular hangouts all through November, just while I'm packing shit up, to leave. Folks can come and go as they please. Bring some drinks. We'll hang out. We'll talk.
Or some giblets.
So, take some giblets. Take this copy of F1 Racing on the Famicom. I don't need it anymore.
It's just F1 Race. I know you did it for humor. I'm kidding.
Did I? Yeah, let's go with that.
Air circulation.
We got it.
No, it's Air Fortress.
Oh, I don't have that.
Oh.
I do have Mike Tyson's Punching Out. I have
Mike Tyson's done for the day.
Mike Tyson's done for the day. Yes. I do have Lee Trevino's Fighting Golf.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I played that.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, what else did you play?
Bomberman 2, Mega Man, my old copies of Mega Man 3 and 4 for Game Boy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, those were yours.
And then, Puzzle Bobble. I was upset you
Puzzle
didn't
Bobble.
have any later Puzzle Bobbles.
Well, if I would
You
say
only had
you
one.
could send them to me, but I'm sorry.
Well, I want my money back. I didn't
didn't
pay.
pay.
Whoopsie.
Outstanding.
I guess I get what I deserve.
You did.
I love Giuseppe.
Oh, man. I do. Thank you for calling in, Tim. There will be chances in the future to hang out. I guarantee. We don't need to do it in a specific basement. It could be in any basement.
Yeah, true. All right.
Right?
Great.
All right. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Tim. If you want to call in to us, the number is 805-NMW-TALK. That's 805-669-8255. Call today. Supplies are limited. Have your credit card ready. Yeah, I got to eat lunch. I'm starving. I got to go to work soon. Are we going to wrap this up? I'm making the wrap it up.
Spicy fries. Thank you.
There's a place. I went to a place in Osu called Macy's. I've been there a couple times. Their fries, at first I thought their fries were too salty. Now I realize they're like, I don't know what it is. They're like doused in cilantro salt or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like, it's not bad, but the first time you have them, your response is, these are way too salty. And then after you have a few more, you're like, oh no, I think I get it.
Wow. Okay. Jeez.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Alex, real quick, you mentioned
Let's
you
go.
bought this chair. Do you want to cover that?
Yeah.
In a
Oh, that's
little
right.
bit of
Yes.
time?
The chair saga. Yeah. So I need a chair for my corporeal form. I have what they call human spine, which fucking sucks. Don't have one if you can help it.
No, be a snake if you could.
Be a snake. Oh man, snakes have it made.
Yeah.
They get to bask.
And twist around and everything. Yeah.
They get to twist around. Man, they don't have to go through airport security.
Well, I think they do.
No, they don't.
Well, it's just different kind of security because you still.
Well, let me just say this. Mine didn't.
All right.
All right.
They attacked Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I was going to say, how else do you think they got on that plane?
Yeah. Well, they broke out of the
In that
box.
movie.
Okay.
In the movie, was it Passenger 57? All right.
Yeah, that's right.
So I have been using a shitty $90 Amazon gamer chair for the past 3 years, and it felt great for the first 6 months, and then it just felt like I was sitting on a thin cushion on a wooden board.
That'll do it. $90.
And I cannot stream for more than 90 minutes without, it's $1 a minute. I cannot stream for more than 90 minutes without my tailbone wanting to escape my body. It is extremely uncomfortable. I thought, well, from November, I'm going to be doing a lot more work at home. I'm going to be sitting a lot more. I'm going to be streaming, podcasting, making YouTube videos, and doing voiceover work all from my office. Let's invest in a good chair, maybe.
Yeah.
And I asked our good pal Phone, because he came to visit in May, I believe. He recommended the Herman Miller Aeron, was one of his
Aeron.
top choices. Is it Aeron?
Yeah.
As in err on the side of caution? Is
Believe
that why
me, if you listen to NPR enough back in the I guess, late 90s, they would have spots, advertising the Aeron as a sponsor. Yes.
All right. So he recommended the Aeron. And so I went out looking. I found there's a Japanese office supply chain called Office Busters here in Japan. Nagoya has 2 locations.
They are
now with
who
2
you
convenient
call.
locations. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are who I called. There was something strange in my spinal column, and I saw on their website, hey, they have this Aeron. And I went, my buddy Adam, bless his heart, was kind enough to drive me out to both Office Busters. And I asked them, hey, it says on your website you have this chair. And they say, no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I told both places, well, can you order one? Because I'd like to try one. And they have said that they are. And then I went back to them recently to be like, hey, any word on the chair? And they're like, yeah, we can't really ship a chair here if you're not going to buy it. And I'm like, it's 50,000 yen, dude. I'm not paying 50,000 yen for a chair I've never sat in. So that's when I decided maybe we should buy new.
Yeah.
And the thing about this chair, though, is that if you're familiar with it, it's grossly expensive. It's disgustingly expensive. Yes. However, it also comes with a 12-year warranty.
It's a lot of years.
It's a lot of years. And so there's a Herman Miller store here in Nagoya, fortunately. It's just a few blocks away from here. So I took my bike out there. They've got the chair. I sat in it. This feels really good.
Yep.
Now, they didn't let me sit there for 2 hours, but I did sit there for about 20 minutes and felt absolutely fine.
Word. Yeah, of course.
And
it's that good.
It is that good. Did some more research, did some digging around. It's one of those things, I even made the mistake of getting real caught up in the office chairs subreddit where people have very strong opinions about this. And the Aeron is one of those things where you either love it or you fucking hate it. Like this thing slaughtered your parents.
Sounds like Reddit.
This thing Joe chilled you. It turned you into a superhero somehow because it caught you in an alley. And some people hate it. Some people love it. I sat in it for a while, and I really enjoyed my time with it. So I think I'm one of the people who, this is a good chair.
Yeah, it's fine.
And now the first time I went to the store, I was trying to psych me. You know how you try to psych yourself into big purchases like this?
Yes, of course.
I was like, because our pal Phone had told me they're very expensive. Previously, they were like $1,000 new. And I had that in my mind as a base price, like, oh boy, that's a lot to spend on a chair. But if it's going to last me 12 years and it's ergonomic and it's good for my spine, I guess. And I get to the shop and I don't know if it's just inflation or gouging or what, but they are now double that price. And I'm like, this is silly and excessive and it's bullshit. I made the ill-bleed cool noise. Cool. And I sat in it for a while. And there was a very nice woman at the shop who was, showing me all the features and whatnot and going over the finer points of the chair. And I visited her every week for a month. And I kept deliberating and I kept sitting in the chair.
Like your chair therapist.
Yeah, she was my chair therapist. And eventually, I think it's good that I went with a new one instead of a used one because all the used ones are medium. And I sat in them. And I'm like, oh, I think I need a large. I've got kind of a thunderous butt.
Say.
But there's a size chart. They have a size chart where the x-axis is your height and the y-axis is your weight. And you see where the two meet and that's the size chair you need. And I looked up my size and weight and I'm right in the middle where it says medium or large.
Ah.
And I'm like, well, that doesn't help me. So I sat in both, eventually decided, okay, we need the large. I am rotund enough that I would get the most out of a large. I bit the bullet. Look, we're all going to die someday. This is a not inconsiderable amount of my savings that I'm spending on this chair. I don't have this money. I don't have this kind of money to throw around on a chair like this on a regular basis. This is a sizable chunk of our savings.
Who does? Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and I did like, even though it is my money, I did talk it over with my wife, and she's like, yes, it's, if you think it is going to be good for you, then I think it's a responsible purchase. And yeah, it's, oh Lord, it's coming tomorrow. By this time tomorrow, I should be sitting in it.
All right.
I am
Sounds
very
great.
excited. Yeah, I'll have a whole review by next episode. Don't you worry, because this chair sucks. It's falling apart. I'm giving it to my friend Adam for free because he wants it. Adam, buddy, it's all yours if you want to pick it up. It's not comfy to sit in for more than I'll say 90 minutes. The armrests are kind of falling apart, and it squeaks like a motherfucker. It's You hear this?
Yes, we hear it.
You hear that shit? Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. There have been more than one times I've had to stop recording a voiceover job here at home because my chair squeaked, and I've had to do a retake.
And then there's this.
That's my ring. Give that back.
All right.
But the Aeron is mostly silent, and looking forward to the customizability. Looking forward to finally giving my skeleton the proper respect that it deserves.
Yeah, fantastic.
Thank you.
Remember when I said, real quick, tell us about the chair? And now we have to end the show.
No. I also want to say I started watching, there's this obscure TV series called Star Trek : Picard no Uchu Tabi.
All right. Yeah.
I started watching Star Trek: The Next Generation. I've never watched a Star Trek before.
Yeah, I mean, neither did I about
never,
9 years ago until I started watching Next Generation and everything.
Yeah, I've never seen the original series. I think I'll go back and watch it after this, maybe. It's absolutely wild. Like growing up, Star Trek: The Next Generation was always on in the background because my dad would watch it. I think he would watch the new episodes as they aired.
Okay, yeah.
And so, like, I do have fond memories of this show being on in the background, and I associate it with, like, the very cushy parts of my childhood where I was discovering video games and I had no responsibilities and everything was gravy. And, like, hearing the Star Trek theme in the background is an oddly nostalgic thing for someone who's never seen the show until now.
Right.
And I just find it to be a very cozy show. It's like,
yeah, sure, yeah.
I feel like the sets look very soft and plush, and there's something about like it's almost like a white noise effect where I imagine that it's being on the Enterprise sounds like when you're on an airplane, you just hear that high pitched whine and the white noise of you traveling through the sky. I imagine that's what it's like to be on that big. Fluffy carpeted ship, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, Next Generation is great. Here's a clip.
You motherfuckers are gonna kill all my lilies!
Was that in the holodeck? It would have to be.
I don't think so. I think it was an away mission.
You're not allowed to swear outside the holodeck. It's Star Trek lore. We all know it.
You got to turn the safety controls off first.
Yeah. Computer, allow no words.
Yeah.
That has been actually, like, speaking of the away missions, that was kind of the funniest thing to me in season 1. It was mostly season 1 where it happened. And this may also have been a thing in the original series, but I don't know. But in season 1, it seemed like there were a lot of episodes where they're like, it's Captain, we're coming up on a new M-class planet. It's a highly advanced civilization. It looks like a utopia. They're so advanced and responsible and a perfect society. And they go down there and it's like, oh no, they're going to kill Wesley because he stepped on the grass. You know what I mean? It's
yes.
You guys didn't really research this very well, did you? Like, I think in that episode even, Riker is running through the details of this society before they beam down. He's like, Captain, check it out. It's great. They're advanced and they're orderly and wow, look at this. They're extremely lawful. Yeah. All right, that's right. That should kind of be a red flag. Like extremely lawful doesn't necessarily mean it's a good society.
I mean, it's not like the other seasons are like flawless, but season 1 is just a whole bunch of like, it's leftovers from Roddenberry, basically. It's a guy who was writing science fiction in the 60s, and it still is that.
Yes.
And he had to get out of there for them to like clean house and make the rest of the seasons like palatable.
Yeah. And I did notice that like, because I have, like, in my mind, I have memories of Next Generation. Like, it's called The Next Generation.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the advanced one. You
Kinda
know?
wasn't.
And I have memories. Well, that's why I'm saying I have memories as a kid of seeing, catching bits and pieces of it on the screen, and it looked highly advanced, and the special effects looked good.
Right.
And then I watched season 1, and it just looks like it's an extension of the original series.
Yeah,
it's
it really is. Yeah.
They beam down to a planet, and it's like it's a poorly constructed set.
And that includes the music, which is just like this orchestra swells and like dramatic music all the time from like the fucking original series.
Outstanding.
They didn't really clean it up for another few years there.
It's fine. I guess that's what I'm thinking, because I didn't realize it was as old as it was. Season 1 was 1987, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Because I wasn't aware of it as a cultural force until the early 90s, by which point I think it was, more up to speed. It was they had kind of streamlined a lot of those things.
Yeah.
And it is the plush future that I remember it being. But the early seasons, man. Wowzers.
Yeah. So where are you now, season-wise?
I am at the end of season 2. I have 2 more episodes to go on season 2.
Okay.
Pulaski is still there. I've heard she doesn't last much longer.
I think technically you have one more episode to go in season 2, because the last one
is it a 2-parter?
No, it's a clip show at the end.
What?
The last one is a clip show.
Excuse me?
I know. Yeah. Some stuff happened.
What? Does Picard? Wait. Does a bowling ball fall on Picard's head when he's in the closet? Like, what happens?
No, Riker gets really sick, and he has flashbacks. So get ready for that one.
That sounds. I say this with no hyperbole. That sounds like the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Happened to me in Japan, man. Okay, look.
Okay.
I had to take a lot of ibuprofen.
Wait, so you had flashbacks to previous episodes of Nomowo?
Yes.
Ray, I'm moving to Japan. No, I was already in Japan.
It's dripping everywhere. Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, great.
Well, I'll tell you what else. Don't sleep on Deep Space Nine.
Oh, is it good?
People love it. I'm one of those people.
Okay, I'll watch a Deep Space Nine. I got a lot of Trek to watch then. Look at that.
For sure, yeah. And, I did go ahead and watch Voyager. I wasn't expecting much from Voyager, but it was not as bad on the whole as I really expected. There's definitely some cheesy episodes and a whole lot more episodes that really don't make much sense compared to even Next Generation, but generally, it was all right.
Have you seen Picard?
Just season 1. I'm not watching any more of that.
Yeah, that's one that I've heard is mostly awful.
Yeah.
And so I will probably ignore it.
And
then it gets like super fan wanky at the end.
Yeah, season 3 is like the fan wanky one, which people liked a whole lot better. Surprise, surprise. I don't believe people who love that too much. Like, I think you're being fan wanky.
Yeah.
I was just one season and done for me. Thank you very much.
All right.
But yeah, the old school stuff is good.
Do they call it the holo deck because there's nothing in there?
No, it's holodeck.
Oh.
You could think of it as a holodeck, not really a holodeck.
Okay. Well, they say holodeck.
Right, they do, but it's
much like we would say hologram.
I'm being extra phonetic to aid you in thinking about it. It's like a hologram.
Right, but we don't say hologram.
No, we do say hologram. I'm being extra phonetic.
We say hologram. Okay.
Yeah. Just pretend like I'm giving you speech therapy.
Computer, freeze Ray. Oh, shit, it worked. Okay. Computer, give Ray huge muscles.
I don't like where this is going.
Computer, have Ray Hulk out and build me a log cabin in the woods.
Well, if I'm hulking out, aren't I already like impossibly angry and won't do anything that you want me to do?
Yeah, but the anger makes you build faster.
Okay. I see. That's part of the program. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. That's right. Thanks, computer.
Can we go?
Yes. All right, let's get out of here. We got to go.
We're entering another No More Whoppers summer, and I really cannot stand to be in a little room without air conditioning much longer. So.
All right, let's move it on. Let's close it up. Zip it up.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody. That's been No More Whoppers. You can go to our website. Go to our website, nomorewhoppers.com. Find everything you need to there, including our Patreon link, patreon.com/nomorewhoppers. That's our main way you can donate to us and keep us going. You can give us $1 a month just to be a cool gold subscriber, or you can give us $5 a month to be a golder subscriber and get access to our bonus shows, past, present, and future, I suppose. Actually, we don't have a present bonus show anymore. We just finished the Crunk Game series. So thanks everybody for joining us on that. But something else will happen. Good, right? Alex, we'll be around.
Yeah, sure.
Make a new thing. Yeah.
Do check out the epilogue of A Game Site About Nothing, where we wrap it all up in a big bow. There's a lot of juicy stuff in there. Please enjoy it. That's for you golders, you goldos only.
That's for you parasocial types who love learning everything about us. We have a Discord chat server. It's a thing where you can chat with us. We're not AI, so we won't do what you say, but you can chat with us. It's on the internet, and you can find the link to that on nomorewhoppers.com. It's free for everyone. You don't need to be part of Patreon. I know some shows do that. They're assholes.
Yeah.
Not us.
What nerds?
We sell merch, shop.spreadshirt.com/nomorewhoppers. You can find shirts, buttons, stickers. I almost said pins, but that fell under the umbrella of buttons. So go up there and buy some stuff for us that way. Our phone number, 805-NMW-TALK, which we forgot to mention at the top of the voicemail segment, but that's not really...
I mentioned it.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't listening.
You talking about 805-669-8255?
Yeah, I was watching Star Trek.
God damn it.
805-NMW-TALK or 805-669-8255. Like Alex said, thank you. You can discuss things you heard on the show, or just ask us questions about anything. Tell us how your lawn mowing's going. And I think that'll work for now.
If you have any lore questions about FF14, tell us how you're beating the heat. Destroy that heat.
Yeah, you know what? Ask some Final Fantasy 14 questions. Give Alex something to talk about.
Give me something to live for.
And then, that's it. We're also on the internet in a personal sense. Alex, who are you on the internet?
Check me out at patooey.org. That's where all my stuff is. PITOHUI.org. That's also me on Blue Sky. I'm reluctantly promoting myself on Twitter because what else am I going to do? My Patreon is patreon.com. Yeah, but I need people. Need people for the Patreon, which is patreon.com/patooey. It is helping me make videos for your tubes. I am in the middle of writing 3 at the moment. I'm busy. I did recently post the second episode of New Game Plus. That went up on the Patreon a week early because that's what you get. You sign up, you get early access to these things, and your money is used to help me make them. Because this shit takes time, and as we know, time equals money. I'm making a video about Eiyuden Chronicle. I'm making a video about how to approach media as an adult, and I'm making a third episode of New Game Plus. Those are all coming out at some point in the next few months. Please help out. The Patreon does not have a lot of support at the moment, but I do appreciate everyone who is giving at the current time. Thank you. Come see the bar before November or during November if you want to just hang out in a room, in a basement, surrounded by games. And that's all I got.
Oh my God, that is a lot. You got a lot going on.
That's a lot.
You are a man about town. I got nothing. rdbaaa.space is my website. You can just go to that, I guess. Find my social links. That's it. Thanks. Bipedal.dog is my game company, and that is all we got. So thanks, Alex, for being a good sport.
Anytime.
Everybody else, keep your nose clean. We'll see you next time. Gold subscribers, stick around till after the show. Pope says kissing girls is so gay. We'll have more at 11.
Ready?
Yeah.
Cool, here we go. 5. Ow!
What happened?
Bashed my finger on my mic arm.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay.
I just heard like a high pitched metal clang, like you were bouncing around in a boiler room.